Hi everyone and welcome. This is Francesca from Social Work Portal and Case Management Hub. If you're a licensed social worker working toward your LCSW, there's a journey of postgraduate clinical hours between you and your certification. And getting the tracking wrong can seriously slow you down. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through what counts as qualifying hours toward your certification, what a realistic timeline looks like, and how supervision hours actually break down. We'll also look at some easy hours logging, so an audit never catches you off guard. Let's start with what actually counts toward your LCSW hours, because this trips a lot of people up. Boards don't generally count general social work tasks. Your hours need to be clinical. Assessments, treatment planning, direct intervention, all under approved supervision. Take Maria for an example. She took a job assuming her full 40-hour week would count towards her LCSW hours, but only 15 hours were actually direct client contact. The rest was care coordination paperwork that didn't qualify. Her timeline nearly doubled. So remember the three buckets: direct client contact, which can include face-to-face therapy, assessments, crisis work, and group counseling; indirect hours, which include things like case management, documentation, treatment planning, and consultations; and supervision time with an accredited LCSW. Before you go in expecting lots of hours towards your certification, get a real breakdown of how your week will split up. If direct client contact is less than 50%, just know you'll be in for a longer timeline towards certification. So how long does it actually take to become a licensed clinical social worker? This will depend on where you're getting licensed. Different states and territories have different requirements, so make sure to always check your state or territory requirements. Here's some averages. Most states will ask for around 3,000 qualifying hours, spread out over 2 to 6 years, with about 100 to 150 of those being supervision hours, meaning you're supervised by an LCSW. If you're working full-time at 40 hours a week, balanced well, it usually means about a 2-year timeline. If you're working part-time at 20 hours a week, it's more like 3 to 4 years. Now be sure to watch out for the speed trap. You can't just grind out a 60-hour work week and expect all those hours to count toward your certification. Most states will have a minimum time frame, usually 24 months. Anything outside that window could get thrown out in an audit. Pace matters as much as volume. Okay, let me give you a little tip. If you go to aswb.org, which is the Association of Social Work Boards website, you can find a comparison chart to easily pull up the regulations for your LCSW in your state or territory. You can both find and compare. Just select your jurisdictions and your category of certification. We have a direct link to this comparison page in one of our articles. You'll find a link to that in this video description. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Now there's another detail for your qualifying supervision hours tracking that's often a big point of confusion: individual versus group. Individual supervision is one-on-one time with your supervisor, focused on your cases and clinical skills. Group supervision is a small grouping, usually capped at 6 to 8 people, led by an approved supervisor. Group time is great for exposure, but most states cap it at around 50% of your total supervision hours. You don't want to run into an issue when you're going for your licensing, only to find out at the last minute that most of your supervision hours were groups and you don't have enough individual supervision hours. Ensure that you are getting enough one-on-one time. And again, check your state or territory licensing information to find out exactly how much individual versus group supervision time that you need. One thing that you definitely want to get right is how you track your hours. Boards can audit you during licensure or even years later. If your logs don't match your supervisor notes, your application can stall until the discrepancy is fixed. I'll show you two potential ways you can track hours. One is more manual through an Excel spreadsheet, and another one is automated through a case management software called Case Management Hub. And the best part is that you can try both of these absolutely free today, right after you watch this video. So here's the manual option. We have a free template at socialworkportal.com that you can download and use to track your hours absolutely free. You'll have an area for your start and end times, your total time, and the ability to categorize by direct or indirect client contact and supervision type. This spreadsheet will set you up for success. Now let's take a look at the more automated option. Here I'm in a cloud-based platform called Case Management Hub. It has the ability to track time and categorize that time however I'd like. I can also assign it to clients. You can see some of the entries here where my time is being totaled. Let's take a look at the entry window. Here's where I can add activities such as case management, face-to-face therapy, or supervision hours. I can choose to assign this entry to a client if I like. And now under More, I can use tags to further categorize my entries, such as ensuring my supervision hours are categorized correctly between one-on-one or group. Then I'll easily be able to filter to check in on my hours anytime. Now I did mention you can get both of these free. Let me show you where. At socialworkportal.com, you can sign up for a free 21-day trial that includes that tracking that we looked at. No credit card is needed. Once you get signed up, just go to Tracking in the sidebar. Now on this same website and in this specific article, you can also download that Excel clinical hours tracking log. Now how do you get to the article? Just look in the description of this video. Here's a quick but important tip if you happen to be moving mid-process. Licensing rules aren't the same everywhere. Every state and territory board runs its own show. So don't rely on advice from a colleague licensed somewhere else or even under an older rule set in your own state. Pull up the most current state or territory application process and keep your supervision agreement on file. If you're relocating mid-process, check reciprocity first. Some states or territories will accept your hours. Others make you start over. And don't forget, hours can expire, usually 5 to 6 years from your registration date. So that's the full picture on meeting your LCSW hours without the headache. If you're managing this with spreadsheets or managing a whole team's hours, you may want to give the Case Management Hub software a try to save time. You'll get hour categorization, can link time tracking to case notes, and much more, all in a HIPAA-compliant platform. Look for the free trial link in the description. Thanks so much for hanging with me and watching my video. If you like this type of content and want to learn more about social services and nonprofit tools and resources, like this video and subscribe to our channel. You'll never miss one of our new exciting videos.